Because a lot of guys appear to be kind of staying where they're at.
Honestly, it might. I mean, normally I'd say no to that, but I just did a trade board, a free agent board today. 4 of the top 7 names since I published that like 3 hours ago are off it now. I mean, we are literally at the point of it's like the Nikolai Ehlers, Brock Besser sweepstakes kind of thing. Vladislav Gavrikov. I mean, it's a pretty barren free agent market because so many players either sign and trade like Marner or staying where they're at. And so maybe teams are already, because they haven't even had a chance to bid on the free agents yet, are going to, kick into trade mode. Look, it's been a busy few days. I don't expect that to change, but it does look different than a normal year.
Ooh, man.
So all hell is breaking loose.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Noodles. Maybe you called it. Maybe you called it.
Yeah, get lucky. Blind squirrel gets a nut. I've called it 10 years in a row.
What's the biggest surprise for you, CJ? Like of what we've seen the last 3 or 4 days, is there anything that sticks out to you that maybe you weren't anticipating?
I didn't think Florida would keep all 3 players.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the UFA is that quality that the wouldn't be out there for on a free agent market would pull them away. I don't think any of us are that surprised by Marner with Vegas. It sort of took some twists and turns and had a little dash of drama added in over the weekend, but kind of ended up, I think, roughly where I would have thought with him. But it's been a pretty compelling time around the league. Everyone's still trying to win. There's just not enough teams trying to be bad, and that's kind of shaken things up and made it a little more unusual season for the off-season activity.
Big time.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, we will see where this takes us. We've got less than 24 hours until free agency opens, but I don't know how many players are going to be out there now. But if you're Besser and you're Ehlers, like you said earlier, CJ, they must be thinking, man, come to Papa. Like, they might make
wants
9.
A piece?
Who wants a piece of Nick Ehlers for $10 million a year?
Yeah, that's not. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, CJ, is there a team out there that needs to get to the cap, that needs play? Like, how many times have we talked? Well, Chicago's got to get some players. San Jose's got to get some players, man. Utah's going to be crazy. Utah's dying to spend money. Well, who
wasn't there one team the other day that needed to spend like $30 million to get to the floor?
San Jose has 50, but I don't know what they're.
So who are they spending it on? That's what I'm saying. Like maybe they do just say, hey, forget it. We'll give you $9-10 million. Like we'll take you. I don't know. We'll see. All right, CJ. Good
I think there was about 10 significant signings in that one radio hit. Like,
I know.
That's an all-timer. I'm sorry if I was distracted. My phone, it just melted.
I can imagine what you're going through right now because, Marner. We didn't even ask you about Evan Bouchard, which was, again, 20 minutes ago. That guy signed a 4-year extension at $10.5 million.
That's old news.
Old news. But, like, what do you make of a shorter-term deal for Bouchard in Edmonton as opposed to either a true bridge, a 2 or 3 year deal, or a 7 or 8 year extension?
I mean, look, they would have loved to sign him for 8, but they just didn't have the cap room. And in a rising market like this where the cap's going up, guys like that, I think they are going to be less likely to take the longer-term deals. And so they did what they could. And that's, if I'm in Edmonton today and I'm covering the Oilers every day, I'd say that's now their window, right? It's the 4 years that they're guaranteed with Bouchard. They have Draisaitl signed, and now they got to get to work on 97 at some point here and get a way to get him extended as well.
Ivan Provorov re-signing 7 years, $8.5 million with Columbus, according to Pierre LeBrun. And I'm sure Chris Johnston, if we weren't wasting your time here. But so Provorov off the board. Like I saw Frankie Corrado going through his free agent list.
He's gonna attack.
3 hours ago, the guy was running through his board, and now like 10 of the players are gone.
Dude, he's not good. He can just mail it in and do something tonight.
No, now he's got to really work, dude. Now he's going to be talking about guys on the 4th line playing in Finland.
Dude, that's shrapnel. Nobody wants an update on what they deserve or who's going to sign those guys.
Right now, the Quizmaster is calling Frankie Corrado off the hook.
Absolutely.
And just saying, what are we doing here? What are we doing there?
As he should.
You know what that's happening.
Well, and CJ, buckle up because I guarantee you SportsCenter is going to call you in 30 seconds and say, whenever you're ready to come on and do insider trading. So we'll let you go and recalibrate, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
All right, guys, and you didn't even get to the biggest news of the day.
What's that?
Leafs have let Pontus Holmberg walk away.
You're kidding me.
Didn't give him a qualifying offer. Pontus era likely over.
That guy was playing in the playoffs every night.
Second line left wing.
What changed? Like, Craig Berube, I'll bet you that's Tree Living saying, Berube, you're not getting him anymore because you kept playing him. Like, Berube loved playing Pontus Holmberg.
I like the guy. I don't know.
To be fair, you can still sign a guy if you don't give him a qualifying offer. He's just a free agent now, and he'd have to choose to come back at a different number.
That's interesting.
They don't need another small guy. They need. There's your DNA changing. That's
yeah. So if he's got, do you think? I guess quickly we'll keep. There's so much going on. Yarncrow, Kampf, like Domi. Do you think how deep could it go where Tree Living decides to move off players that are currently with the Leafs?
I mean, look, I would be surprised if both Kampf and Yarncrow are back. But, it also depends on other things, right? It depends on how much cap space they need. But both those players have a signing bonus due tomorrow, which after the fact, I think would be easier to move. It just means they have less salary owing after those are paid. We'll have to see. I mean, there's a lot of still waiting for some dust to settle here. I mean, even haven't fully processed the fact that they're out on Marchand. So they're probably going to have to regroup and figure out their own plan.
All right, CJ, this time we'll really let you go. Thank you, buddy.
See you, boys.
Chris Johnston joining us here on the Maple Toyota Hotline. Drive the built-in Canada fuel-efficient, fun-to-drive Toyota RAV4. Gas or hybrid models available. Visit mapletoyota.com. All right, to recap, Mitch Marner just signed and trade with the Leafs. 8 years, $12 million. Gets the exact same deal Mikko Rantanen got with the Stars. Exact same, and that's appropriate. That's the level he's at. That's the comparison, which, again... And we got a lot of time to talk about it. That comparison wasn't applied to the Leafs when he was up 6 years ago. It was Austin Matthews was his comparison, but that's neither here nor there now. The Mitch Marner core four, got to get mine era appears to be over here in Toronto. So Mitch Marner on his way to Vegas for Nicholas Waugh. That's what they're getting. The Leafs are going to get Nicholas Waugh. Big body, can play probably third or fourth line, center or wing. Evan Bouchard, 4 years, 10.5 to stay in Edmonton. Brad Marchand getting a 6-year deal at $32 million total to stay in Florida. So Bennett, Ekblad, Marchand all stay in Florida. Ekblad was an hour ago.
Hazy, let's take a break and just give us a refresher when we come back over the last hour. Just give us a full Doogie, get a board, give us the whole.
We got to go through it too, like weigh in on it, what we like, all of that. There is one little nugget that I want to throw in there on Florida.
Okay, a nugget on Florida. We'll get into that. Who can possibly beat Florida with them running it back? And we said we were taking a break here and refresh. Keep your thoughts to yourself. We'll come back and address that. And the Mitch Marner era is officially over in Toronto. We knew it was coming, but now it's official. How do we look back on his legacy as a Maple Leaf? Overdrive continues. TSN 1050 and on TSN 4.